Welcome back to the channel, guys. Episode 7 of the Denmark Youth Academy Challenge. We've got the second intake today. We've also got our league position and where we are at the end of the regular season before the split. Let's do this. This is the league table then, as always, going into the split. We've actually played one game in the split. We lost against top of the league, Næstved. I think that's how you say it. I'm not entirely sure. But we're 6 points clear of third, but we are now 8 points adrift of first. Really frustrating. We've drawn a couple of games lately that we shouldn't have done. I'll show you the schedule really quickly. We just lost there against top of the league. We scored in the first minute, and honestly, we should have won this game. Really frustrating. They've beaten us now 3 times this season, and they seem to score from almost every single shot on target against us. Obviously, they've had 3 there and scored 2, but we were the better team, and very frustrating to see. I thought, honestly, we should have been really close to them there. Maybe 2 points behind and really clear of third position. So frustrating. We drew here against Roskilde, who are 6th. They're bottom of the league, actually, because they're 6th of the relegation zone. So they're actually bottom of the league. It's changed now. And also we lost HB Kurga, who are 4th in the bottom one. So they're 10th, really. So those two are really frustrating. Again, 4 points dropped there. And also 3 points dropped there. So just before that, though, we did beat Helsingør, who are 3rd. So that was a nice result. We beat them there 3-2. They went 2-1 up and then we went 3-2 up. We lost against Næstved there as well, 3-1. We deserve to lose that one, but we have lost to them now 3 times this season. Really frustrating. We've got to play them one more time, obviously. And next we've got Kolding, who I think are 4th. They are. Obviously, we've got the top teams now, so this is going to be a really touch and go. We're going to see what happens. We've got the hardest game out of the way, and we should have won the hardest game, and we were away. So we have got to play Næstved at home. So that should be good. I don't anticipate us finishing first. I'm quite now doubting the fact that we even finished second, but it doesn't really matter. Obviously, I want to go up, but I'm pretty certain if we did go up, I think our luck would run out at that point. I think we'd get relegated. I'm not entirely sure, but I think it would just be a bit too much of a bigger step. The players in the second, some of these divisions, in the third division that we're in now, they're really good. But in the second division, they're like some League One Championship players in England. So it would be very tough to say we've got Conference North or South team players in our squad. Honestly, some of the players in our squad are even below Conference North and South to sort of put like an English comparison of the league. So at the moment, some teams in our league are like League 2. So we're playing like 2 divisions above us right now, 2 or 3. So if we went up again, it'd be like 4. It would be ridiculous. So I do want to go up because of the money and all that stuff that comes with it and the upgrades, and we will try and go up. And even if we go down, I'm not bothered. We will we'll benefit from going up to the second tier, but I just don't think we will. I think we might run out of steam. I said that last season, we didn't. We nearly did, but we got enough of a lead to see us over the line. But Helsingør are a very good team, and so are Kolding, and they could easily catch us as well. They're only 7 points behind. They've got a bad goal difference, but I don't know. Just something about it. Saying that it might just be me playing on the worst case scenario and then maybe we go up. I do that a lot. I get told that in my Twitch stream. I do that as well. I sort of try and temper the expectations because I set myself quite high ones inside my head. Like right now, I'm in my head. I'm telling you guys that we're not going to finish in the top 2. But in my head, I'm like, could we potentially finish first if we really pick up the results? And I don't think we will. It's more just like a blind optimism. But yeah. So let's have a look at the intake then. In fact, no, do you know what? We'll have a look at Ibrahim Sert because Ibrahim Sert has improved and he's now 2.5-star current ability. Ibrahim Sert is here. He's getting slightly better. Nothing to write home about. Nothing amazing. But he's doing all right for us. And he's only going to get better and better and better. And he's also a good personality. And he's only on £5 a week, which is very, very good. The other one is Carlson, obviously. Now, Carlson is now sort of an orange colour at right back. He's struggling to get knowledge of this position. I'm not going to lie. He is struggling. I have played him a couple of times at right back as well. In pre-season, he will go right back for the full pre-season. And by the start of the season, he should be at least competent, right? Or unconvincing, which is fine for me. Someone mentioned in the comments as well about semi-professional. Obviously, I put it in the title of one of the videos and I didn't mention it. Basically, what happened, this is the start to the end of semi-pro. At the end of the season when we got promoted, They said, I want to turn semi-pro like I showed in the video. And then they just went semi-pro. And all I have to do at that point is give the players new contracts and part-time contracts. I don't have to do that. I can leave them on amateur contracts with no pay. But the downside to that is I could lose them for nothing at any point in the season. I've given them the best ones contracts because then now I do have a say in if they leave or not. Now I do have to pay the wages. So we're taking more money out of the club, but I'm also sustaining the playing squad, which is good. So there's not much that happens when you go semi-pro in FM. It's not like a big thing. It's just literally you get told you're semi-professional, and then it goes through and it changes the professional status here to semi-professional, and then you just have to take it upon yourself to negotiate the contracts, unless you've got a director of football who does it for you. I don't like that. So literally that's it. There's no big thing that happens. It's literally just that. That's why I didn't mention anything. But that's the top and bottom of it. One more thing as well, guys, before we get onto the youth intake. Mads Davidson, the head of youth development, got taken off us by Havidovra. I don't know how you say that, but them. Team beginning with H. They took him £210 a week. I couldn't give him a part-time contract, so I can give players part-time contracts, but I can't give the staff part-time contracts. So he was on nothing a week. I tried to renew it, like I said, and it just said amateur contract £0 per week. So I couldn't even compete because I would have probably given him £200 a week. I genuinely would have tried. But anyway, they were second in they're bottom basically. They're going to get relegated into this division that we're in now next season. So it is a step up for him. He's getting money, but it was a little bit annoying because he's very good, resolute, etc. But I found another guy. Now I'll show you him. Now he's there. Michael Murillo Harser. Now I didn't find this guy on the staff search. He wasn't there. What happened is he came through. You know the recruitment development things that come through in your inbox. It tells you basically like if you've got a gap in one of your staff members. So if you've got like 3 physios, but you can have 5, it'll recommend you physios to fill that slot. Well, it recommended me this guy. I searched for him on the staff search. He wasn't there, so it was really, really good that I actually clicked it because I usually don't click them. And look at him. He's a professional personality. He's got 15 working with youngsters. He's not as good judging player potential, but professional personality with 18 determination. Really, really good. And he was a free agent as well. I didn't take him off Tarnby. As you can see, he left them in 2024. So he's been there for a while, but he didn't show up on the staff search. So it's nice that someone, whoever it was, recommended him, or his agent did. I don't know what happened, but I clicked on him. And I was like, whoa, okay, yes, we'll have him. So potentially an upgrade in terms of the personality. We'll see. I don't think he's had time to do anything on this intake, though, that we're about to see now. I think he'll be in the future. So we'll be able to judge him on them ones. Here we go then, youth intake time. As always, we're expecting a lot of 5-star players because our first team aren't very good, but we want some good current ability players and we want good personalities so we can actually improve them and see them get into the first team. So 1, 2, 3 then. Right, okay, we've got a lot of 5-star players. What's that? 3, 6, 9, 11. We've got some top talents and we've got a good talent down there. So there's one guy here, Thomason, who's got 2.5-star current ability. That could be quite good for us. We've got a couple of 2s, which is really good. 1.5. Another goalkeeper. Okay, well, let's have a look. Oh, another thing as well. Before we actually have a look at those, I had a player taken off me. It was a very good player. It was the player we got through last youth intake, Daniel Martinov, the 2.5-star current ability player. I didn't actually get to play him because he was like Ibrahim. He couldn't get a work permit because he was just Ukrainian, and Ukraine aren't in the EU at the moment. He's a Slegel supporter, which is really frustrating. I couldn't play him, like I said. He played in a couple of friendlies for the under-19s because you don't need work permits for that. But yeah, Clairefontaine came in for him, and I tried to give him a new contract, and he chose to join them. It is what it is. I can't do anything about it. I don't know why he chose to join them because they're an amateur team, and yeah, but I couldn't use him as much as I would have liked to. I couldn't use him, so we lost him. Just really annoying that a really good current ability player that came through and a good personality wasn't actually Danish or a European nation. Well, I mean, they are in Europe, but they're not classed as EU apparently because he couldn't get a contract, which is very, very frustrating. So we lost Martinov. Let's get back to the intake then. Let's have a look at this youth team view, and we're going to sort by potential. We've got 1 ambitious, 2 unambitious, 3 unambitious, 4 unambitious. 4 unambitious isn't good. They've all got really low determination, haven't they? 2, 4, 6, and 2. So the likelihood of those guys improving, not very high, even though we'll sign them all up. But yeah, we've got a fairly professional, fairly sporting, fairly professional there. So this year, the personalities aren't as good. But let's have a look. So we're going to go from Niels Eriksson, because this guy here, he's got 4.5 star potential, but he's only got 1 star current ability. This guy, I don't think he's going to make it for us. The chance of this guy doing anything is like 1%. Now, I don't want to take him on for the reason that he might get picked ahead of someone who can play right wing and has potentially got a future at the club. So I just don't want to clutter up the under-18s, under-19s with players that are going to share game time that are never going to make it. If you're not 5-star ability in this current team that I'm in, you're not going to be good enough because they're not very good on attribute-wise. So Jens de Long, I don't know. He's not going to make it. He's got too many holes in his game. 4 composure, 5 decision-making, anticipation, 5. He looks okay, but there's too many holes in it, and I don't think we're going to sign him up. Now, we'll see, but I'll show you him, but I just don't think we're going to sign him up. So we've got a goalkeeper here, Niels Eriksson, 1.5 star current ability, fairly professional, so one of the good professional personalities that we're going to get. And he will get signed up, but he's only got 3 balance, which isn't good. 4 one-on-ones. He's got a few holes in his game as well. 4 concentration. I don't think this guy's going to make it. But because our goalkeeper situation, apart from our first team goalkeeper, is looking quite poor, I am going to sign him up because of his fairly professional personality and his 5-star current ability, potential ability. So we're going to sign him up. Thomas Valentin is low determination. Isn't ambitious, but he's low determination. He's 6'3". He can play striker or attacking midfield, which is good. I did need an attacking midfielder. 2-star current ability. So let's have a look at Thomas Valentin. Okay, 15 jumping reach. That's very interesting. So this guy's going to go into the first team. He's 16, so he can get used. He will be on the bench and he will get played. I'm pretty certain. He's got decent traits. But when the ball goes in the box, this guy should be in there. Just again, really frustrating. His determination is only 2. If it was like 9 or 10, we could potentially have a starter there on our hands. But at the moment, as we all know, in lower leagues, at the start of these challenges, the personalities aren't very good. So Thomas Valentin looks very good for us. Niklas Nyberg Sorensen, who can play attacking midfield left and defender and left back, but he's an ambitious. We will sign him up, but he's an ambitious. He's not terrible. Again, 2 determination. I'm hoping with the new head of youth, who's professional and 18 determination, we get a different intake next time. But he's not. I'm going to sign him up, like I said, but he's going to go in the under-18s. If anything happens, I'll update you on him, but I don't think it will because of his personality. Kevin Christensen then. He's another one that can play centre midfield, attacking midfield, and striker. 12 determination, balanced, outspoken, which is not as good. Controversy is a little bit higher, but a 5-star potential and 1.5 star current ability. Let's have a look at Kevin. Yeah, happy with him. He'll be in the first team as well. He will go probably central midfield attack for us, or deep. To be fair, he's got a good passing, so he could. Yeah, he's probably going to be a central midfielder, and Valentin is probably going to be a backup shadow striker to Algren. So I'm trying to sort of map out where these guys are going to go already. Kenneth Trier, right back and centre back, fairly sporting personality, 5-star potential and 2-star current ability. This guy could be quite good. He won't be able to go in straight away because he's 15. Let's have a look at Kenneth. Interesting one. Okay, so he's not really a centre back. He's got 8 jumping reach, but I mean, he's a decent right back. But we have got Alson training as a right back. He could be backup centre back because we don't really have a backup centre back, to be honest. So he is 16 in next November. Okay, so we can't use him until next November. But he can go into the 19s, he can play every single match and hopefully improve a little bit before we do introduce him to the first team. So, yeah, I think I'm going to play him centre. He's got a bit of pace about him. We do play with a high line. 5 concentration isn't very good. But again, beggars can't be choosers at this early age. Kenneth Trier will definitely be getting signed up. Bo Nygaard, 16, centre-back, 6'3". Again, it all sounds really, really good. 2-star current ability, 5-star potential, but unambitious again. Just kills any single... It just kills it. It kills any potential chance that these players do have at the start of the game. Let's have a look at Bo. So he's a better centre-back because he can jump, got good marking, leadership's good, decision-making's good. His composure's not very good, but I'm not really that bothered about that. Again, he'll go and play centre-back in the under-19s with Kenneth next year. Well, this year, but then also next year. He'll probably be on the bench for the first team, but he will still play in the under-19s. He's not bad. Again, it's just the personality, because I just know from playing these saves for so long that he won't improve. He just won't. I'll be surprised if he does. Let's have a look at Life Lassen then. He's a DM, balanced, 14 determination, which is good. 1.5-star current ability. We don't currently play with a DM, but let's have a look at Life. Ooh, okay. This guy's interesting, because he can also potentially play centre-back, and I like that. This guy looks more of a centre-back. He's very slow, though. 6'1", good in the air, good mentally, decent technicals as well. 8 markings, a little bit low, but I mean, not too bad. Right, okay, we've got decisions to be made here, because that's 3 centre-backs now that potentially we're going to have, and we only play with 2. So Kenneth might have to go right back in the under-19s for now, and he might end up being back up to Carlson. So he's just changed that for us. Life, so he's definitely going to be a centre-back. I don't think he's good enough to be a centre midfielder, just with the 6 passing, 3 vision, 3 work rate. He needs to go centre-back, I think. 5 composure, stamina 5. He can't really play midfield, so he's going to go centre-back. Mark Loser, who's a DM. Unambitious again. It's so frustrating. 2-star current ability. Let's have a look at Mark. Not too bad. Apparently his best role is deep line playmaker. So he will go on the bench just because I do need a deep line playmaker for Ibsen. Now, he's obviously a massive downgrade on Ibsen, but you never know. He's a decent little player. He's also a potential right back as well. Decent cross, well, good crossing, decent dribbling. Tackle 7, marking 7, positioning 7 is not too bad. Concentration 4 is bad, but potential right back there in Mark. We'll see. Or deep line playmaker. Mads Sorensen was unambitious again. 2 determination, right back. Yeah, that's frustrating because he's really good. 15 stamina for a right back is very, very nice. Even these ones here, decisions, concentration, all these ones here, they're only like 7 and above, so it's not too bad. 7 tackling, 10 marking. Yeah, I mean, we've got some options, but it's the personalities, isn't it? Like I keep saying. Unless something miraculous happens, those guys probably won't make it. Right, the next one we're going to show Christian Funch. We're going to leave Thomason till the end because he's the best player and he's got a good personality. So let's have a look at Christian Funch. He's a left winger. We do need wingers, remember. Yeah, okay. 4 dribbling. 1 concentration, 4 composure, 5 decisions, 1 vision. Not great, but very good physicals. So again, we'll put him in the 19s. Just let him chill in there, see what happens. We'll try and work on him. And we always try and work on all these players. I don't just leave them. I try and get the most out of every single one because a lot of the time some can surprise you. But I don't have high hopes for this guy. I am going to give him a trait of knocks ball past opponents because he can't dribble. So he can just knock it and run. Might give us a little bit of joy on the left wing from the bench sometimes, but probably being a bit ambitious there. And the last one then, Rasmus Thomason. He can play, it's the same as Carlson really. He can play left mid and right mid. But he's also probably going to be able to play left wing and right wing, which I need him to be able to do. So let's have a look at Rasmus. Yeah, he's a good player. He's by far the best player. He's unconvincing at the left wing, but yeah, I mean, we've got a player here that could potentially go and be in the first team for a while. He's a good winger as well. So we might have to change the roles. We'll see. When he comes on, he'll play as a winger on the left-hand side. Good flair. Good acceleration, good agility, good pace, good technique, good crossing. Not too bad dribbling. He's not really got a weakness. We're very happy with Rasmus. I think he's brought that intake from probably like a 5.5 or a 6 to maybe a 7. Just him himself. So I do like him. He looks very, very good. We're getting there. We're getting there. We're filling some holes in the team and so on the bench especially because our depth is terrible. First team's good, apart from maybe right back. But Carlson's going to sort that hopefully. But we're sort of trying to sort out the depth now. So when we bring players off or players get injured, the drop-off isn't too bad. So it's a nice intake at the end there with Thomason rounding that off quite well. What do you guys think about it? I don't know. You might think it was better than I thought. You might think it was worse. Obviously, the head of youth left as well, which gave it a bit of a... I don't know if that has an impact on it. I'm not entirely sure. I don't know if these guys were going to come through regardless. I don't know how it works. But yeah, it was a good intake at the end. But yeah, we're going to see next episode then. We're going to have a look at the end of the season and if we get promoted and if we don't. If we're still in with a touch and still in with a shout, I'll show it. If not, obviously we won't do it. I'll just have an update at the end of the season. Thank you as always for watching, guys. Leave a like on the video. Leave a comment in the comment section and help me out a lot. And a subscription on the channel. And until next time, I'll catch you then. Goodbye.